I'm Ann Simmons, reporting from the newsroom of the Los Angeles Times. Jurors in the Michael Jackson wrongful death trial reached a verdict Wednesday after about 3 days of deliberations. The jury, which heard 5 months of testimony, found that concert promoter AEG Live hired Conrad Murray. He's the doctor who gave Jackson a fatal dose of the anesthetic propofol. But the jurors determined that Murray was competent. This means that AEG is not responsible for Jackson's death and will not have to pay hundreds of millions of dollars in compensation to Jackson's family. Joining me to discuss the significance of the verdict is Time staff writer Jeff Gottlieb, who covered the trial. Welcome, Jeff.
Thank you, Ann.
Jeff, tell us first of all, this trial, it went on for 5 months. Right. What was some of the key testimony that may have swayed the jury?
Well, I think, remember, the jurors also decided that Dr. Murray did work for AEG. I think there were some emails that proved that. But then I think probably the evidence that Murray was competent was simply the fact that there would never have any movement against him by any medical boards. And that was pretty much it, although this is a guy who was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter for giving Michael the anesthetic.
And so the Jackson family essentially gets nothing, right?
Right, that's it.
What were they asking for, and what was their reaction?
Well, what they had asked for, each of the kids, of Michael's 3 kids, $85 million apiece in personal damages. Michael's mother, $35 million plus. Now, their economic expert testified that Michael would have made, had he lived, $1.2 to $1.5 billion.
And how significant is this verdict in putting to rest who was ultimately responsible for Jackson's death? Does it vindicate AEG? Does it vindicate Conrad Murray?
It certainly doesn't vindicate Conrad Murray, and jurors in interviews said they found him unethical, and if that had been a question they had to decide on, that it could have been a different outcome. I think it does, put things squarely on Murray. AEG now, it seems, has no responsibility in the death.
And Murray's getting out soon, correct?
Murray is getting out soon. He's finishing his trial, I believe, in the LA County Jail.
Right. And lastly, Jeff, can the family appeal this verdict? What's likely to be their next move?
Well, that would be it. I think they're looking to appeal it and to see if there was error, to have to retry it. And that's about what's left for them.
Thank you so much, Jeff. We'll be certainly continuing to follow this story. For more on this story and others, please go to latimes.com.